if it's still going to trade above, good and fine. We're also going to use the sentiment on the dollar. But of course, we know today there is going to be the FOMC release that we anticipate sometime around 7 p.m. 7 p.m. GMT plus 1. We're going to be seeing the FOMC release. Of course, we know that the US still has their interest rate at 5.5%, and we're not expecting any rate hike. Possibly the only two things we are expecting is that they leave the rates flat, that is at 5.5%, or they start cutting rates this quarter. All right. Before now, we've been hearing of rumors that the US are going to cut interest rates this year. So we'd want to see how that is playing out starting from today. This is the last FOMC for this quarter. We want to see them some of this quarter with the release of the FOMC rates, and want to know the direction that the US is for. If they are cutting rates, then we will expect the market to slowly adjust to rates. Overall, based on sentiment, we're seeing that the dollar is the preferred safe haven asset going into this week from Monday to Tuesday, and now today, Wednesday. Looking at sentiment, the dollar has been the most preferred currency and the most preferred safe haven asset. And then amongst other safe haven assets, we also noticed that the yen is the one that is not preferred. So we've been seeing value move out of the yen into the dollar. That is why you've been seeing currency pairs like GBP JPY, Euro JPY, USD JPY all rallying. And as of yesterday, all right, please confirm if you can hear me. You should be able to hear me now. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. We had a little technical glitch and we duly apologize for that. However, we are back now and would proceed. So, I was saying that we were seeing value leave the yen and flow into the dollar. We're seeing a stronger dollar from the beginning of the week into today being Wednesday. All right, and we're seeing a weaker Okay, okay. So sorry about that once again. We duly apologize. We're working so hard to resolve all these technical issues. Some are a little beyond our control, and the ones that are within our control, we are working so hard to resolve all of them at once. Okay, so we really, really apologize for that. Now, looking at gold, we're saying that one of the places we're expecting price to retrace to is the 50% level, and we have an old high right there. We can call that previous support. And then at 61.8, we have the fair value gap right there on 61.8. And then we have the structure that was broken to create this expansion. All right. And that structure that was broken has an old high. We usually refer to a combination of these two as IOFED. And we now have the other block that initiated the expansion to the upside. So these three things are what I expect gold to retrace to, one of the three at least. And then when we are using our ruler tool to measure the distance between the two, between all these three and where price is, we're seeing about 700 pips. All right, and that is decent enough for us to get some good positions from. If you remember, since from last week, both myself and Lekon, we've been hinting at sales for gold. We've been hinting on sales for gold, and all the sales that you're seeing to the downside, we've been taking part of it. All right, so we've been a part of the party for gold to the downside. All right, and till today, we still expect gold to continue trading to the downside. All right, so quickly looking at the daily time frame, let's see what are the things that we're expecting to see. Not so much on the daily time frame, they are just aligning. The daily time frame is clearly aligning with the weekly time frame. So we'll have to go down to the hourly time frame, 4 hours and 1 hour time frame to now see the trades that we can pick out for today before FOMC release. All right, so for today, I'm expecting that gold is going to come and trade into this level. If you've noticed, gold has just been trading into previous other blocks, previous point of interest, and reacting from it. Okay. Now, the next place that I would want to see gold trade into is a clear of this liquidity right here. Okay. If you go on the 1 hour time frame, it becomes most very obvious. I want to see gold clear this liquidity right here and trade into this other block. This is the new levels I want to see gold trade into. Okay. This 2 level right here. Exactly. So this is what I want to see gold do today. Sorry, between today and the rest of this week, even going into next week. So I would want to see gold trade into this level and give me some reaction to the upside, and then finally trade into this level of 50% Fibonacci level. All right. So for me today, I'm looking out for a sell of gold. I'm looking out for a sell of gold today. All right, with proper confluence and alignment with structure, we'll be looking forward to seeing that sell-off on gold. We can even go briefly to the 15 minutes time frame to check if there are any trades for this London session. Looking at the 15 minutes time frame, I wouldn't want to go lower than that, but looking at the 15 minutes time frame, there are no clear trades yet for gold. There are no clear trades yet for gold. So we'll be waiting to see if gold is going to clear this structure. All right, one of the things that we expect gold to be doing at this period is top hunt. That is why I wanted to get a weekly bias on gold before I start going into the smaller time frame. So I'll know where to dodge from. Now looking at gold, I expect it to take out this high. All these highs that it has created here, I expect it to take them out, trade back into the middle of this whole consolidation right here, and then sell off. So this is what I'm expecting on gold this morning. Clear these highs and then drop downwards. This is my expectation for gold this morning. Clear the highs and then drop downwards. Okay, so that is all for gold. I want to see it clear this high. The moment it clears this high, I'll start looking for my entry signatures. It could be the engulfing pattern on 15 minutes time frame. It could be the box pattern on the 15 minutes time frame. I'll start looking for all that on 15 minutes and 5 minutes time frame to take my shots. Once price has traded above here, I'll start looking for confirmation, because remember, we're trading against the higher time frame trend. So we need as much confirmations as possible before we're able to trigger any trade. Okay, so these are the things that I'm looking out for gold. The moment price trades into that point of interest that we've highlighted on the 1 hour time frame, then we'll be exiting all our positions. Okay, and that point of interest is around 2,120 level, or 2,120 levels. That is where I'm expecting to terminate my sales for gold. The moment price taps into there, I'll continue selling gold to the downside all the way to 2,120. I hope that is clear. And then let's look at the yen basket. Looking at the yen basket, we've seen clearly, just like our boss analyzed yesterday during his commentary on the yen, we're expecting to see a weaker yen because the interest rate increase was not tangible enough as compared to other major currencies like the CHF, the US dollar, the Canadian dollar, and the likes. So their interest rate is still not attractive enough. Okay, it's looking attractive for people who want stable returns, but it's not attractive enough for those who want high yields and high returns. So the yen is not the destination currently. That is why you're seeing it fall lower. Overall, the yen has fallen lower to create a new all-time low. Sometime last year, you saw it create a new all-time low, and this year again, it has created another all-time low. If you are seeing currency pairs like GBP, JPY, Euro, JPY, they are all going for the all-time highs. So, what we're seeing on the yen currently, we may see, technically, we may see a retracement before the yen continues to go downwards. We may see a retracement before the yen continues to go downwards. Of course, we cannot highlight levels that we are expecting the retracement to get to because the retracement has not started. We are still seeing expansions to the downside. However, if you still want to, you can flip this whole level all the way from here to the downside. That is the complete swing. All right, so you can see the swing high and the swing low using this as a swing high in this level as our swing low. However, I wouldn't advise this because the retracement is not looking ripe enough. But then, if we're using this, if this is going to be the actual start of the retracement, the yen has a long way to retrace to. We're looking at 50% level. You can see all the imbalances all the way to 50% level. So that is at least the level that we expect the yen to retrace to. And then 61.8 level still looks attractive. All right, so these two levels are where I expect the yen to retrace to if this is going to be the start of the retracement. Of course, I would want to see break of structure on the 1 hour time frame for me to confirm that. And where am I looking to see a break of structure? Somewhere around here. Okay, so I'm looking to see my break of structure somewhere around here. Once I see that, I know that the retracement has truly started because we still have swings to the downside even on the 1 hour time frame. The moment price breaks this level, I'm expecting the yen to trade all the way to this level. Okay, so because the yen basket generally has fallen into a period of price discovery, we need to trade it cautiously, very, very cautiously, because it may start reversing from here or it may continue expanding from here, except you have enough fundamental backing, then you can continue going short on the yen or start going long on the yen. However it is, we're going to be trading it cautiously. So in summary, I want to see the yen break this level, and then once it does so, I'll be seeing it trade all the way to 50% level or 61.8 level, at least for some premium level before it continues selling. Now, if that is going to be the case, for currency pairs like GBP, JPY, I'll be willing to go short. Okay, so for currency pairs like GBP, JPY, I'll be willing to go short on them. All right, so this is GBP, JPY. You can see how that this expansion has cleared all the liquidity points that are in sight on the 4 hour time frame. Even on the daily time frame, we can see that liquidity has been cleared on the daily time frame. And then if you move it to the weekly time frame, you're still seeing that the only reference you're going to have is on the weekly time frame. Clearly, you can see on the weekly time frame, GBP JPY has returned to an old order block that looks like price has forsaken it for a very long time. Okay, you can see that old order block right there. Let me zoom in so that you see it. Okay, so this is the order block that GBP JPY left for a very long time, and between yesterday and today, it returned to that order block. For me, I'm interested in selling GBP JPY. Few reasons. One, because the yen basket has created an all-time low, all right, and then we are possibly going to see a reversal. Then for GBP JPY, it has cleared all liquidities to the Let me get my charts. All right, guys, sorry for the interruption. And once again, we apologize. I'm sure this is happening to almost everyone. We've seen memos from MTN, SpectraNet, Airtel, even cable networks like MultiChoice and the likes. They've all confirmed that the reason for the break. All right, we're sorry for the break in transmission. So we're going to just proceed with our analysis. Looking at GBP JPY, we were on the weekly time frame where we analyzed that we're seeing major confluences to show us that GBP JPY is ready for a retracement. So we would want to see it start making that retracement. Of course, we will not neglect our lower time frames for entries. We want to see that playing out on GBP JPY before we now take our sell trades. Okay. So currently, I'm looking at the 1 hour time frame, and I can see that there is momentum showing us that price may be ready to move to the downside. So if you can, because the weekly time frame has a very wide range, we're expecting that GBP JPY should sell off, but then the stop loss is going to be very wide if we're using the weekly time frame. So I would advise that you go down to possibly the 15 minutes time frame and the 1 hour time frame so that you can check out for your various entry signatures and then look for entries accordingly. Okay. Now looking at the 15 minutes time frame, there is nothing clear yet on the 15 minutes time frame. So this is what I would want to see on the 15 minutes time frame. I want to see GBP JPY break this level. All right, you can see that level 192.192. I think the gods are in our favor today for us to get this perfect number, 192.192. The moment GBP JPY breaks that level and then gives a retracement back to 192.192, I'll be willing to sell. All right, so this is what I want to see. Let me show you guys. I want to see a break here, a return to this level, and then sell off. So I'll be willing to sell GBP JPY from here. Okay, if you can afford, you can use this wide stop loss if you can. But looking at where we're getting this trade from, it should be rewarding enough. 1:3 minimum, at least 1:3. This is what I expect to happen on GBP JPY today. This to 1:3. Even though I expect price to go lower, but then this is minimum I'm expecting to see from this GBP JPY trade. Okay, yeah, I'm correct. So 1 GBP JPY gives us that break of structure and a return. I'll be looking to short GBP JPY clearly. If you can't afford the stop loss as wide as it is, then you may want to reduce your lot size, or you can allow the trade to just run and then you watch it carefully and learn 1 or 2 things from it. Okay, so that is what I'm seeing on GBP JPY. Currently, this is one of my preferred trades for the remaining part of this week because the interest rate is coming out on the US dollar. So I want to trade non-US related pairs going into the remaining part of this week so that I can carefully and properly analyze what's going on in the dollar without any sentiment based on the trades that I am in. All right, so I'll prefer to take a Euro JPY or a GBP JPY trade. Currently, with what I'm saying, GBP JPY trade is my preferred. At this point, we're going to entertain questions, and we're going to also take commentary.
Does anyone have questions? Good morning, everyone. Does anyone have questions? We want to apologize for the quality of today's network in today's market column. We're very sorry. We're making plans to upgrade. We've already concluded plans to get Starlink for Zaria, but there's a queue for getting that, and it takes about 6 weeks to 8 weeks for them to fulfill your order. So there's not much we can do. And this again is a reminder that you should trade as cautiously as possible, input your stop loss and take profit at the exact time when you wish to enter the trade, because you may not have network. Avoid high risk, high lot size scalping, because when you want to close your trade, you may not have network to close it. All right. So with regard to today's commentary, we're still seeing the yen getting weaker and weaker. So I have been looking extensively at correlated pairs to see if there will be any flow of value. Starlink is good for download, but bad for upload. Please make inquiries. Well, yeah, we're just doing that to augment, and it's basically for trading. Thank you so much. But if you have experience with it, you may reach out to the guys on the floor and share your personal experience, so it will guide our installation. But we've already made the it's a done deal already. Okay, so I was saying that I'm waiting for correlated assets. I want to see how the bond markets will respond to all these interest rate announcements. Thank God today is the one for the dollar. What am I expecting on the dollar? Well, if you look at dollar index, we've been seeing all the dollar pairs in the short term going higher and higher, higher and higher. And whenever there is rapid price action before a major news like FOMC interest rate, then it gives me an idea as to what may likely happen when the news comes out. So for the last how many days, we've just been seeing the dollar strengthen, just buying and buying and buying and buying and buying. And this leads me to ask a few questions, because we know that institutionals like to buy low and sell high. So if they are pushing it higher and higher, higher and higher, right up till FOMC, is it because they are pushing it high so they can smash it down? Or is it because there's going to be a whipsaw, meaning price is going higher so they can slam it down and then buy it from the lows? If that's what we're going to see, then we have to look out for the potential regions where those buys can happen. And what are those regions? We're looking at internal liquidity, where by internal liquidity, we are looking at double bottoms. Where are the double bottoms where price can likely tap into if the FOMC news comes out? This is how I look at news. It doesn't mean I would trade it, because if the volatility is too much, the price action is too fast, I may not be able to get good execution from my broker. But I just look at the level. So where is liquidity? You can see those triple bottoms at 103 spot 25, 103 spot 30 levels. The major liquidity, which also serves as the low for how many days there? 2 days. So we have the low there. That's the low. So there are 2 lows at 103 spot 30. That's the low of that day, the low of the 18th, the low of the 15th, right? So there's liquidity there, and right under it, there's a fair value gap. There are fair value gaps, a lot of inefficiency there. So let's mark the flip zone on the 12th. That's the high of the 12th. Let's mark that, because we told you price creates liquidity and then consumes liquidity. That's a flip zone. And at that flip zone, that's a good place if price wants to keep buying. So if we see price, when the news comes out, if the news is very violent, we can see price, no, take it from the week. the week close, the close of the week. Those pin bars, yes, to the close of the week. The Twin Towers support. Yes, exactly. So if price think like a market maker now, there's liquidity there and there's a flip zone there. So if price taps into that level, then we know that it can slam back up. All right. So we've seen them create liquidity, and that's the likely place they will consume liquidity. If price taps through 103.20 levels and falls all the way down, we have that other block waiting for it right at the base there. We have another block waiting for it right at the base there, which is the second place. So this is what I'm looking out for the news. However, if price breaks through all these levels and turns previous support into resistance, then we know that the trend has changed on the dollar and the dollar is now fully bearish. Okay, so these are the potential places we are looking at. Why should price be having so much volume on a day of FOMC? They may be planning to slam it down. Now, someone can say, okay, when the news comes out, why can't I just enter? Because of execution. But if you want to enter, obviously, yesterday's high is a shoulder. Yesterday's high is a shoulder. The high of the 19th is a shoulder. And if today, if the news spikes it up, that means that would be a sweep. That would be a sweep. And of course, if it now breaks through the low of New York, yesterday's New York low, and then comes back there to retest it and turn it into a flip zone, into the shoulder, then we know where it's going. Where is it going? It's going all the way there, exactly. So these are the two scenarios that we see. If you are selling, you want to sell when yesterday's high gets taken out and it reverses and forms a box pattern. If you are buying, you want to wait for price to buy all the way, to sell all the way to 103.16, and then you look at price action there and see whether it warrants taking a buy. This is my commentary for today. I decided to speak on it because anytime news, major news, interest rate news, non-farm payroll news, CPI news, news that has to do with monetary policy or interest rates, news that has to do with inflation, and then news that has to do with employment, especially NFP. If I see serious price movement before the news comes out, I try to find out, are they positioning themselves to sell high or are they positioning themselves to buy low? When I see those scenarios, I wait for the news to come out, and then I can decide whether I want to trade the aftermath of the news based on my scenarios that I've already played out beforehand. Over to you guys at the floor. If you have questions for me, please ask quickly before those on the floor take it and wrap it up. It's been a hectic day today because of the internet, but thank you for staying with us. Any other person? All right, no question. Over to you at the floor. CJ, are you still there?
Yes, sir, I'm still here.
All right, then. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you everyone for being a part of today's market color. Thank you very much, sir, for your valuable commentary. As always, we really appreciate it. So we're going to be ending the top-down analysis of the market color right here. We want to thank everyone who has stayed through to this moment and everyone who has stuck with us. Thank you. We really appreciate your loyalty to this brand and to this product that we're bringing to you all. Thank you very much. We urge you all to trade carefully, apply proper risk management to all your trades. And then, just so you know, for all the trades we've analyzed right here, we have an exclusive group where we share. That is to say, there is a group, maybe I'll speak it in pidgin. You get a group where we say all the places where we enter the market or come up from, whenever we want sell or want buy, or where we want put TP, put SL. You get a group where we say they put all these things for there. So if you want to join the group, you are gonna find your way to value flow trading link using what you have on the chat box. Then once you funded your account, you send us a screenshot that you funded your account and you added to the group. So quickly again, if you want to get added to the group, use the link that is right there on the chat box to sign up with our preferred broker. And then you're going to get access to this group. But before you do that, make sure you funded your account with at least $500, even all the way to $20,000. Send us a screenshot that you funded your account, and in 3 minutes, you're going to get added to the group. All right, so that beyond the TDA, beyond the market color we're giving you, you're also going to benefit from the live trades that we're taking, and of course, benefit from the withdrawals that we do. All right, until we meet again, thank you very much for sticking with us. We have all our products still available, and then we have our bots, we have our courses still available. The ATM cash flow is kicking off today. Payments have closed for this month. So if you want to be a part of the ATM cash flow, you can start making preparations for the next month. And then we have our FX bootcamp, which is already running. If you want to be a part of that, you can join at anytime. So if you want to be a part of the FX bootcamp, send us a message via our direct WhatsApp line. You want to pay today for ATM cash flow, send us a message on our WhatsApp line, and we'll see what we can do for you today. Just inform them that, yeah, we have provisions for that. We have provisions for offline participation. Send us a message right now as we are talking now. Send a message now, and then inform us that you are coming from the market color group. All right, you're coming from the live market color group. Send a DM to our WhatsApp number. It's right there, 081 6099 5030. Once you send a DM, we're going to get you signed up, and we're going to make special reservations for you just because you're coming from the market color group. Okay, so that's what we're going to do for you. So if you want to be a part of any of our courses, reach out to us via our WhatsApp. If you want to purchase any of our products, any of our bots, reach out to us via our WhatsApp number, and we'll do well to get you signed up. Just so you remember, this market color was brought to you by the Value Flow Trading team and inspired by your favorite broker, our favorite broker, Okta. Do well to enjoy the rest of your day. See you by 3 p.m. today.